Hello and welcome to one and all. From today's class, we will move on to the SAQs, 5 marks, that is the short answer questions. Okay, so I have finished with the long answer questions with the redemption of public debt. Okay, so from today's class onwards, I am moving on to the important SAQs. Okay, so the first one is the welfare definition of economics. So SAQ 1, examine the welfare definition of economics. So when you are writing the definition, please remember that you have to mention the name of the economist and the year of publication of book, as well as the title, the name of the book, and of course the definition given by the economist. Okay, so please make a note of it. And here I have already underlined the important points, important phrases. First, the introduction is answer. Welfare definition of economics was given by Alfred Marshall through his book Principles of Economics, published in 1890. Okay, so the definition was given by Alfred Marshall, and the name of the book is Principles of Economics, and the year of publication is 1890. Now we're moving on to a definition. Please remember that the definition word by word it has to be as it is, and you can see that I have underlined that certain important words, important phrases. So based on this, it will be easy for us to frame the features of this definition. Okay, so the definition is, in the words of Marshall, starting with inverted commas, political economy or economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social action which is most closely connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. Thus, it is on the one side a study of wealth, and on the other and more important side a part of the study of man. Okay, so the moving on to the important features of welfare definition. So the first word which I have underlined is economics, the first sentence. So this implies political economy or economics. So Marshall clearly separated economics from politics, clearly mentioned or economics, because for a long period of time economics was always associated with politics. Economics was not given a separate status. Okay, it was not considered as a separate subject. It was not considered eligible enough to teach something to the people separately as a subject. So it was always considered as a part of politics. And Adam Smith tried to separate economics from politics, and Marshall also did the same. And he very clearly mentioned political economy or economics. So that means Marshall separated economics and addressed economics as we address how the other sciences like physics, chemistry, and all. And also, if a particular subject to be called as a science, that means you are elevating that subject, that you are elevating the status of subject. If a particular subject to be called as a science, then it has to give some valuable information to the general public. Then only that particular subject can be called as a science. So economics is also a science. Economics can also be addressed separately as how we are addressing physics, chemistry, and all. They are all physical sciences. This is economics comes under the category of social science. So economics also teaches something valuable to the human beings. So economics can be separated from politics, and economics can also be elevated to the status of science. So that was the first feature, but the first importance of Marshall's welfare definition. So the first point, Marshall used the term economics for political economy to make it similar to other science like physics. That is, economics is a science. So economics can be elevated to the status of science. Okay. Now we know that economics is a science now. But economics studies about what? So the next word I have underlined is mankind, and that means what? Economics studies about human beings. So economics studies about mankind in the ordinary business of life. The next phrase I have underlined is the ordinary business of life. So economics studies about human beings, and economic studies about what of human beings. Economic studies about the ordinary business of life. That means what? The economic aspects of life of human beings. That is economic aspects of human beings, how a man earns income and how a man spends his income. That is the economic aspect of man. That is the meaning of ordinary business of life. Okay, a man has several aspects: political aspect, religious aspect, spiritual aspect. Economics is not concerned with all those aspects. Economics is only concerned with the economic aspects of human being. That is how a man gets his wealth and how he uses his wealth. So that is the second feature. Economic studies about mankind in the ordinary business of life. This implies that economic studies about the economic aspects of man, that is how a man gets his wealth and uses his wealth. Okay, now the third phrase I have underlined is the social action. So economics studies about man, economic studies about economic aspects of man as a part and parcel of society. Social action means the action of the human beings, the action of man affects the other members of the society. So when a man spends his income, someone else is receiving. When a man receives his income, someone else is spending. So one man's income is another man's expenditure. So a man's earning income and spending income affects other people of the society. So that means what? A man is living as a part and parcel of the society. Economic studies about the economic aspects of man when man is living as a part and parcel of society. That means what? Economics is a social science. So that action is called as the social action. So the third feature, economics is a social science. It studies about the social action of man. I mean, whatever the actions done by a man while he is earning and spending his income is affecting the other members of the society. Social action of a man while he is earning and using his wealth. Okay, now why the man is earning income and spending his income? For the material requisites. So material, because a man needs so many goods. Material requisites means material goods. Okay, a man earns income and spends his income in order to purchase several goods. Okay, so that is the fourth point. Economics is concerned with the use of material requisites of man. That is how the man uses his wealth to purchase material goods. And this is also a criticism because Marshall ignored the non-material services. Okay, he included only the material goods. People need both goods and services, but services part was ignored. So you can take it as a criticism also. So the non-material services and non-economic activities. So all the other activities of man, that is social, spiritual, religious, all those are non-economic activities. Economics is not concerned with the non-economic activities of man. So what is economic activity? Earning income and spending income. That is only economic activity. Economics is concerned only with the economic activities of man. So the non-economic activities are ignored by Marshall. And of course, without saying, all the illegal activities are also ignored. Okay, now why man purchases goods? What is the material requisites? The most important part of well-being. So that is the next phrase, next words I have underlined. That means what? Man purchases goods in order to promote his own welfare. Okay, that's the fifth one. Man acquires material goods in order to promote his own well-being, that is welfare. And the last sentence in the definition, thus it is on the one side a study of wealth, and on the other and more important side a part of the study of man. The highlight of the definition, part of the study of man. So this is the main superiority of Marshall's definition over previous wealth definitions given by Adam Smith and followers. So they gave more importance to wealth, but Marshall very clearly mentioned that economics more importantly studies about man. So wealth is for man, man is not for wealth. So that is the superiority of Marshall's welfare definition. So that is the conclusion. Thus Marshall gave primary importance to man and only secondary importance to wealth while defining economics as a subject. And there are other economists who are of the same view as Marshall, who followed Marshall's welfare economics, saying that economics is a subject that is a science of welfare. So other economists like A.C. Pigou, Edwin Cannon also followed Marshall's welfare definition of economics. Okay, so that means what? To put it very very clearly, economics studies about economics can be separated as a can be separated from politics. economics can teach separately something useful, something valuable to the human being. So economics can be addressed like physics. Economics can be elevated to the status of science, and as a science, economics studies about human beings. And what about human beings? The economic aspects of human beings. That is, what is the meaning of economic aspects of human being? That is how a man earns income and how he spends his income. And economics studies about the economics aspects of the human being while that man is living as a part and parcel of society. That is a social action, because when a man earns income, other people are affected. When a man spends income, other people are affected again. Okay, and man is earning income and spending income as a part of the society in order to purchase goods. And why the man is purchasing goods? Because to promote his own well-being or to promote his own welfare. So economics is more concerned about the well-being or welfare of human beings rather than the wealth of the human being. So this is the main feature of Marshall's welfare definition of economics. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. Please try to remember, please make a note of it, that you have to remember the definition word by word as it is. So if you have underlined the same words what I have underlined, then it will be easy for you. According to the words, you can frame the features. You will be able to understand the definition. You will be able to write the features also clearly. Okay, hope all of you have understood. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment box. Okay, so otherwise, if you find this video useful, please like, share, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so until my next class, take care. Bye bye.